Welcome back. All right. Last day. Social media, like the big one, right? Because you're like, what do we do? What are we supposed to do on social media? And I know a lot of you are probably even thinking there's no way I'm going to be posting anything on social media because that's not what I do. Well, guess what? I didn't used to either. I used to be the person that would only add people to my accounts like if I legit knew you and talked to you on a regular basis. Like you did not get added if I didn't know you more than that. And now, not saying that I add anybody and everybody because I still actually go through and I don't add everybody, but I'm more intentional on who I'm adding, and my profile is public, like, because this is a job for me. It is work for me, and my buckets are there to share with everybody. So that's going to be the first thing. It's just getting over the fear of posting. And the buckets that we just told you about, you have those wrote down, have them in front of you, and this is going to be something that you can use to help you decide what to post. So make yourself a sample posting schedule if that's what you need to do. Rochelle and I, we kind of both go from just what we're feeling at the time, what's in your heart at the time. But sometimes that's hard, you're like, what do I post today? So sometimes having that wrote down kind of gives you a guideline, and it kind of helps, jog your memory too on what you can post each day. So sit down, write your 5 buckets out. You can switch them up, or maybe meal planning is a big one for Rochelle. So a lot of times Sundays, especially in our challenge groups, it's a big thing about meal planning. So it can also be a plan to post that on your social media on Sundays. And that can be Facebook, that can be Instagram, that can be stories, that can be anywhere that you're posting these things. But as long as you're actually doing it, you're not going to have people start following you and seeing your journey if you're not posting and sharing about it.
Amen.
And the hard things too.
And really, I feel like you should be posting on Facebook and Instagram at least twice a day. And honestly, to really build stories goes a long way. And you should, I'm a talker, so I have a really nice long line about every single day, but you should have at least 5 to 9 stories on your social media, because people want to know about you and what you're doing. So always try to have something in there that is also going to be intentionally inspiring or motivating or something like that.
Sure.
Don't just talk about yourself. Have a purpose for it that's supposed to help other people as well. So she said, talking about your struggles, that's something you have to share too. You're not painting this pretty, perfect social media picture where everything in your life is just perfect 24/7. Nobody wants to see that. Seriously, nobody. I look at those people and I'm like, bullshit.
Right?
Bullshit. It's not possible. And those are the kind of people that I want to follow, and that's not the kind of people that anybody else wants to follow either, because those people just make them feel bad about themselves.
They want to know that you're real too, and that you have hard times with things too. That's what they want to know.
And those are going to be the things that they're going to relate to.
Yes.
Be like, oh man, that's a struggle for me too, or that's something that I struggled with at one point. The struggles are really where you make the connections. I would say more than anything.
For sure.
Sharing the things that are hard.
Yes. Because then you guys can work through that together, or you can share what you've started doing to help with that. And then hopefully that can help them too. So you help each other out along the way, not even realizing it by sharing those struggles.
You kind of have to get a little uncomfortable.
A lot.
Because those struggles, it's hard for us as human beings to admit when we're wrong. That's not something new. It is hard for that, or it's hard to admit that something's wrong, but that's what people want to see. And obviously you've got to understand other people's comfort levels as far as what you're sharing. If you're sharing something that has to do with more than just you, like you do need to take the other person into consideration and maybe what you can and can't share. I know my husband has just like given up and realized that I'm just an open and honest person and I'm going to share it like it is. Like sometimes he doesn't like it when I say things that make him sound bad, and I'm like, well, but you kind of were at the time. Like
she just told me about that one of her recent posts, and she's like, yeah, I kind of threw him under the bus, and I'm like, it's not really thrown under the bus because I mean that it just happened.
That's really how it went down.
Like so, it's for real.
But it shows the growth from there. So you have to share those things and get a little uncomfortable and share the hard things in your life. Sometimes they're embarrassing.
Yep. And sometimes you're going to have friends unfollow you. Sometimes you're going to have family look at you and be like, really? Are you serious? And guess what, guys? That shit's hard. We've both been there. We've done that. But guess what? If that's the case, they are not your people. And that's where the personal development comes in again so much.
How important it is.
Oh, God. But it's hard. Like, and you got to remind yourself of that because, I mean, like, good best friends, and it may not be no more. But you know what? You're moving forward. Maybe they're not. You know,
Just not in the same place.
Yeah, different places, different times. Like, you got to do what's going for you.
Don't look for the approval or the comments or the likes or anything from anybody else. Don't come and be like, well, I made this post that was really personal and everything, and I only got like 5 likes, so clearly nobody is. It's not about the likes. It's not about the comments. People are seeing it. People are reading it. They just might be too scared to hit like or to comment on it because they're too insecure about themselves at that current moment to support you.
Yes.
It's not you.
And that's why, like, sometimes too, like, it takes you reaching out to people sometimes because sometimes they're just too afraid to ask, you know? So that's why starting conversations with people, like, maybe they're liking your post, but they won't comment because it's, like you said, it's too personal, you know, they don't want to. But I promise you, we all go through a lot of the same things. It's just a matter of who wants to talk about it and who wants to be there to help other people. So I know, I'm going to say women because most of our team is women, but I know a lot of you have went through some hard stuff, and some of you are starting to share those things, and you can't tell me that it's not like, it's almost like a weight off your shoulder. That's funny, we just did that. But it's a weight off your shoulder. It's not in our notes, but because you're sharing it and you're helping other people get through that too. And by you sharing it and putting it out there, it's like it really did happen. You know, it's not, you're not trying to hide it. You're getting it out there, and it's almost just a relief that you're like, I just did that. I just told them whatever, you know, like, so quit hiding it, you know, like, use that to help you work through your things because you're not the only one going through it. Someone else is. Somewhere out there, someone else is going through the hard things too.
So just remember, oh, and by the way, we're not saying that you only share struggles. Like, you
right.
Share good things too.
Share good things.
And when you're sharing your struggles, remember that it still does need to end on a positive note, like how you worked through it, because you don't want to come off as you're just complaining. Like,
right.
Try to still turn it around into a positive and show them how you like grew from it a little bit.
That's part of the journey. Yeah.
Stories is for ranting. I feel like you rant and then you're like, okay, but really.
Well, that's one of those things they kind of say Instagram is like what your post like on your actual Instagram is like your cover of your book, and then your stories is like your behind the scenes. Like it's like there's your hot mess just exploded everywhere, and that's okay. Like people get to choose if they watch you or not.
People that are watching your stories,
they want to.
They're I mean, they don't have to watch your stories.
Yeah.
So when you see, remember, people that are watching your stuff, you can tell that they want to hear those things because they're interested in what's going on and they want to hear those things. So being really intentional about what you're posting, like that's super important. You've got to have a reason for what you're posting, and remember to. And I know we're just gonna say it. We are not selling. No, that's not what we're doing.
Yeah.
We are here to help people, and we are here to change people's lives. And so you cannot come off in your posts as salesy, because I promise you, I do it. There are certain companies that most of their stuff is very sales pitchy, and it's just a lot of pictures of different products or different things, or it's like, you need to have this, message me this, and I'm just going, or better yet, I'm clicking hide, unfollow.
Yeah.
Because that's, they
want you.
Yeah.
They don't want, I mean, yes, the product.
I don't want to feel like you're trying to sell me something.
Yeah.
And that goes the same thing with messaging people. I'm sorry, I'm just totally going to go off here because I had somebody message me, what was that? I think it was 2 days ago, and she literally didn't even acknowledge me, didn't say hello, didn't say anything. She messaged me a link.
Oh, no.
That was it. Nothing else, nothing before, nothing after. Just a link.
Actually, I feel like I got one of those here recently, too.
Maybe the same person. And I'm like, no. So remember to be intentional about your social media messaging as well. You're not sending people links.
No.
You're forming relationships.
You never send a link. Yes. Well, eventually, in the end,
when they want.
Well, with Sharon now, you don't send a link anymore.
You gotta let them kind of come to that on their own. It's not like, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm good. How are you? Good. Hey, so do you want to buy this?
Just go ahead and send me your email so I can send this to you right now. No.
Literally have a conversation with these people.
Like by the time your conversation's over, you're gonna know what program they're probably gonna be doing, what shake they're gonna be drinking, if they're gonna be drinking it. Maybe they don't want to drink a shake, and maybe they want the go-go juice or whatever.
And that's honestly probably not going to come the day that you're messaging them.
No.
Because you're forming a relationship.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's so much more before that. That's like the very end of your conversation. There's so much before that, because what did they comment on? The only time that like that comes closer is, I guess, if they are commenting on like a post that about a group you have coming up. So
that is a little different.
Yeah.
But yeah, whenever you're just trying to reach out for people, like you're looking through your social media and you're seeing people that are liking your posts and things like that, it's not just and I've talked about this before, but you don't just say, hey girl, go to their, kind of stalk them a little bit, stalk their Facebook, see what's going on in their life currently, and message them and maybe say, oh my goodness, I saw the picture of your baby. Congratulations. She's beautiful.
Yes.
How are you doing? Did I say anything about being a coach or my health and fitness journey or my new group?
Yes.
I didn't.
There's the FORM used to be really big, which it's an acronym for FORM. FORM was talk about like their friends, family, anything like their personal life, and then occupation, recreation, and message. So look at those things for them. Ask them how those things are going. So talk about their friends, talk about their family, that kind of thing. Talk about their occupation. Ask them if they like their job. And like, these are all things that you can be asking and keeping in mind, because what if they tell you they hate their job? Like, what if they tell you they wish they had something to do on the side? Keep that in mind, because hello, like, you have an opportunity that you can help them with. But you maybe need to find out a little more about them and just make that relationship first. And it makes the rest of everything go so much easier instead of just skipping all of those steps.
And also kind of remember that, like, when you're posting, Facebook especially has like all these algorithms and everything. And so you've got to really be thinking about when you post. Active times on social media, definitely like Sunday evenings, and then I would say evenings and then first thing in the morning are my most active times. So you'll see me, I normally post something in the morning and I post something in the evenings because like, I mean, I'm assuming it's going to happen pretty soon that I'm going to be up and I'm going to be nursing at 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, not a good time to make a post because I guess
it's not a good time to message people either.
Right. Don't piss people off because you're up at 2 o'clock in the morning. But you're not going to get, like, Facebook is just going to kind of,
it's going to just, like, yeah.
It's going to disappear.
Nobody's going to see it.
Yeah.
And if that ever happens and you feel like nobody's seen your post, go copy and paste it, delete it, and redo it at a different time. Like, maybe you thought it was a really good post and, you know, and very well, people may have just not seen it. A lot of people don't see everybody's post. And especially, this is a lot too on you liking and commenting on other people's stuff. Because Facebook pretty much shows people what they're interested in. So if you're not out there commenting and liking on these people's stuff, most likely they may not be seeing your stuff either. So keep that in mind. One thing I try to do a couple times a week is engagement posts. And a lot of times they are things that have nothing to do with the business whatsoever. And sometimes, I mean, they're just for real things that I'm curious about, but they're things to start a conversation. They're things to get people talking. They're things to get people commenting. I'm trying to think what I just did. I don't even know. Oh, I did a hair one today. Which I really actually am curious. I was asking for clients, for models, on some new hairstyles. And yes, I really am curious about this because it's something I want to do. But at the same time, like, I'm reaching out to people that may not have always been commenting on some of my other posts. Or like, I know, like, heck, anytime with the kids, like if there's something that like, oh, let's see, what's a good example? Teething. Let's just talk about teething. Avery's teething right now. And I can Google it. I can Google and see what the best remedies are for teething babies. But why not ask all my friends on Facebook? Or ask in your Instagram stories or something like that and get people commenting and interacting with you so they see more of your feed. These are things that are going to be good to do right before you plan to make a big post too, because then more likely they will see those. So,
what's popping into my head right now is fucking force. What? There's something going around that's like, forget the terrible twos, it's the fucking force.
Oh, I'm like, what?
And I'm like, yes.
Terrible twos never goes away. Ever.
I just thought, when I read that, I'm like, that's because a lot of times I'm like, okay, I need to know how do you handle the strong-willed child raised by the strong-willed mother?
Oh, that's hard.
So,
but use those to help create engagement. Like, ask what shoes to wear with an outfit, or think of your buckets. You know, this, once again, go back to your buckets. And for instance, if travel's one of them, where should you go? You know, anything and everything that you can ask, put it out there. And people love to give their opinion, okay? So if you give them the opportunity to give their opinion, they're going to do it. Let's see, Instagram stories or Facebook stories, whichever. I've actually been trying to kind of do both. A lot of it's the exact same thing. I just kind of save it and redo it on the other one too. Not all of it, but like Rochelle said, 5 to 9 things, 10 things, like pick a number. I think 10 is what's on our sheet. Now that I think about it, 10 stories a day. I want one of those, at least one of those, every single day to be a video of you actually talking. Like, you talking about anything. It doesn't even matter, but an actual video of you talking. Not just doing your workout, but you actually talking. And then that's some other things you can share though. Share parts of your workout, share making your shake, share a picture of your go-go juice, share a picture of your food. Like, honestly, my stories most days is my accountability. It's me going and sharing that I'm doing my things every day. And it's more for me than it is for anybody else. It's so I know that I'm doing it. It's there. If someone notices that it's not there that day, they're going to be like, hey, you know, like I usually post my personal development on my stories every morning. So there's some days it's not on there in the morning, and that's usually because I do it later, or sometimes I do forget, but I do it most days, I promise.
I keep thinking that there's going to be at least 247 because I have my Instagram set up as a business account and everything, so I can see like the insights and everything. And on average, I have 247 people view my story. And I keep thinking there's going to be at least 247 people that are going to know when I am in labor because there's going to be like
nothing.
And they're going to be like,
that's when you post fake pictures, plan that all out. I'll have to give her tips on this. I already did this last year.
Except we
they thought they knew.
We did.
I know. They asked. They're like, you're at the hospital now, aren't you? Or you're like, I bet you she's there now.
She hasn't messaged us. No.
And I was messaging you guys, so I'm like, what are they thinking? And then I posted, like the night that we actually had her, I posted a picture of my dog. Once again, was an engagement post. And it was a distraction post because I was like, I can't not post anything because people are like, where's Stacy at today on social media? So I posted a picture of our dog and said like, caption this or something. Like something so stupid, but more just so people know that I'm still there. And that's the thing too. Like, guys, it's consistency. Like, don't disappear for a day or two. Like, show up, even if it's a hard day. Get out on social media and share something.
Talk about it.
A little bit of something. You don't have to go into full detail if you don't want to. Sometimes that's hard. But like we said earlier, that's kind of breaking through for you. So, all right. Well, that's a big, like, social media is a big part of this. If you don't have Instagram, get it now. Facebook, if that's your jam, keep rocking it. If neither are your jam, I'd pick Instagram and start it as your jam.
With it.
We can help you with it as much as possible. I know I'm actually planning on doing a few more trainings just personally because there's always more to learn about it. So there's more ways to use those hashtags. There's more ways to share you, to make your page look pretty when you go to it, whatever. I don't know. But have it all. And your challenge today is, go make a post right now on social media, whatever platform you choose. Go make a post about you. Whatever you want it to be. Pick a bucket and roll with it. Or share your journey. Share your transformation so far. Maybe share why you started your journey. You decide, you pick, tag us, and take a screenshot of that baby and send it to us because we want to know that you did it. You are one step closer to breaking through that comfort zone too. So all the good things are right outside that comfort zone. You just gotta let it happen. That comfort zone's gonna get bigger and bigger the more you let it. Anything else? Nope. All right.
Just hashtag it. Tenacious
Nation.
That.
Hashtag Tenacious Nation.
Wow, that's like a tongue. Tenacious Nation.
Tenacious Nation. We should have wear our shirts. Darn it. Oh, let's show them the shirt real quick. I seen it earlier. This was Emerald.
Mm-hmm.
Emerald shirts. So if you have been Emerald before and are currently not, earn this back. Earn it. Get your Emerald back and get you a tank because they're so cute. And if you're not in, or if you've never been, now's your chance. And you can have you a cute little Tenacious Nation shirt too. So, and there's all kinds of other prizes and stuff too. So go check them out. We love you. Any questions asked, but you know your challenge for today, and we can't wait to see it. So bye, guys.